It's going to be no fun walk. I think the thought of Knights is that they want to be walking along the beach here, not playing Cloud9, because this is they seem like it's their playground. Cloud9's really good at deciphering what a team is doing, right? And for Knights, that's going to be extra important that they're not giving up too much info right away. They're not allowing themselves to just kind of be routed as soon as info is given. Here, I love the push towards mid. And I think Knights needs to set the pace here. One of the biggest things.
Interesting pistol round. As they have this wall up towards mid side, you maybe usually think it's like going to be a 3-2 split towards A, but C9 are coming out towards the holes and mid instead, and it's working out. And they're also catching on a rotation. A late lurk on mid side from Mitch, but he loses that fight to Zip, who also is the last man standing for the Knights on the pistol. And Leaf is looking with Zeppa, the two main fraggers for Cloud9, to play the post plant.
As this round ends, I want to talk about one of the really interesting things is how you recoup around when you kind of do what Leaf did and find out what C9 did. You're like, wait, we're really far into the site, but we also have somebody lurking mid and we still haven't seen them yet. The speed of identifying what your opponents are doing on defense is incredibly pivotal, because you can instantly just be taken out by a bit of util, and if Leaf died there, they don't have A anymore. So for C9 to really just figure out what was going on, how to retaliate by having Mitch in mid still, which was huge, they were really able to take that pistol round, and they get their first of the series. But it doesn't seem like they need them to win, apparently, according to the map one.
And we also want to figure out what we're going to do here for the setups from Viper, right? Because think about it, we're also on this new patch of 4.04, so using a poison orb and a wall at the same time,
right,
it really depletes your fuel a lot faster. Exactly. It's going to make things a little bit difficult to anchor up towards a site with the Viper on her own, which is why you always see her with at least one or two more players. But on this anti-eco for Cloud9, they make it easily into the site. They're looking for this plant. Again, there's still opposition of 3 players, make that even 4 players from PK just around the corner.
I love that skin on Marshall. Respect a little bit to Mitch there. And we'll see if Knights can make C9 respect this as they try to enter in. They know the door's been open. Mitch, eyes on. Almost a flick. He's down to 3 HP, so maybe a gun recoup there. That PKS could be looking at.
Works out for that.
Oh.
Not for too long.
No Marshall for you. You don't get it. Yeah, just a straggler now. Scuba couldn't make it fully into the site. Back and forth. A little strafe jumping from Leaf as he becomes the target. And Zeppa is the fragger on that one. So that's the rounds for C9. They bring it into the bonus here. And with who went down, it seems like they're actually just on par almost with the bye. Maybe they'll sit back a little bit. Looks like Leaf's actually only going to go for a sheriff here. Interesting. Okay, he's not. What? Come on, guys.
Well, I mean, this is still one of those interesting things, which actually brings something very funny from like the clips that Vanny was at before, like when it was actually Watch Party 100 Thieves playing during the VCT season, and you actually have Austin with the Marshall and everybody else on rifles, and it was like, why aren't you giving your star player a frag, your jet, the rifle? So at least now, Vanny's like, you know what? I'll take the sheriff. That Leaf, you go kill.
Yeah, it's a really good call. Up and over. It looks just like Ascent A. Leaf in, following a bit of utility. They rinse and repeat, and now the team has to back each other up. There's the first trade.
Jace is playing around with the cyber cages. Oh, and it's going to line up a few.
Baby.
Good for 3 right now as he finally gets stopped by Zeppa. Zeppa on his own. It was a 3 versus 1. Now he has to clutch up against 2 more players of the Knights who've already closed the gap. 1 player playing towards the tunnels, 1 guy looking back towards the flank, and should I say the archers, not the tunnels, and he's isolating it to make it a 1 versus 1. Looking back at the Berlin on the left side and right side. Frosty's trying to play the mind games too, and the timing's right there. He's going to play patient for Zeppa. He's got a minute to work with, but the timing is even better for Frosty as Zeppa brings a knife to a gunfight, and the Knights get the round.
Great, I like it. I like it. Also, oh my word, so much trickery here. Just behind the cage, Gangsta sets up and unleashes a 3 here, finally traded by Zeppa. In the last inch that Zeppa didn't check here becomes the death of him. He almost got Frosty, but like you said, that game of cat and mouse around the wall comes up in favor of Knights here. And we'll keep an eye on the KOs at the beginning of each round. Very big information from the 0 points. There's a throw right there towards elbow. You can see the chuck coming in from Zeppa. And the other one as well. coming in, actually landing very late, a B to A 0 point, as Leaf opens up with Frosty's return onto him.
At least they're playing really close and tight-knit here for the defenders inside that site, but who's down? It's actually Scuba, so it's going to make things a lot harder for the retake, at least, if C9 decides to go towards that site. That said, though, the battle's towards this B main as Vanity falls. So that's no Viper for the attackers either.
Yeah, great call. That util down makes things really tough here. Oh, and you were hoping that you might get some cage to defend yourself. 0 points out with a few tags on that. Zis ready and more than ready. Team is all poised and holding angles right now. And even watching mid too. So Knight's doing a really good job of not forgetting anything in these situations, but will they hit the shots?
Didn't expect the second player there, so it's good at least for that trade.
The reset
Zeppa now and another 1 versus 1, but it's again Gangsta and another time as he gets caught in a reload. That is so unlucky for Zeppa the last 2 rounds, but a beautiful timing once again for the Knights to tie up the game.
Always in a switch of util or weapon situation. In just 2 rounds in a row.
3rd time's a charm,
Yeah,
right?
shake it off. Yeah, shake it off. Do we get the Stinger round again? Leaf did buy 2, but it seems like he's been called off of that. Blade Storm is 1 away, so they will try to achieve Blade Storm. Quite a few ultimates. Oh, no. Quite a few ultimates coming online. We'll see what they decide to buy. And quite a few ultimates online for Knights to retaliate in this situation.
Wow. We're going for it. We want to actually reset the economy of Knights right away.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
risky
a hawk at this point.
Mitch again to have that long range. Vanity. They're going to do site to site. Maybe Mitch throws out a cage. Ziv has been so dirty from the back of this B site.
The angles are beautiful here for the Knights in the back side. Zeppa finally dwindles down the defense just for a bit as it gets dropped under this null command. Mitch going for that lurk on an A side, couldn't get a kill, so you're still committed towards B. The last 2 players remaining, but you see this flank coming in from the A main side as well from Scuba. So the time runs out. The window of opportunity to actually get the round back in your favor for Cloud9 in your own force buy is not paying out either, especially after that ping coming out.
Remember, C9 pushing themselves into this to make sure that they can keep a little bit of econ off the hands of Knights. They'll return with even more on this, and Knights playing very slow. They have the camera in halls that allows them to not have to react to anything too hard if the door opens right away. No one was there. They're privy to that knowledge. And you had a good push-up as well from Scuba this round, which kind of starts to bring the round together and exactly where Cloud9 is.
Ooh.
Does he expect the second one?
The hat. The hat.
Oh, no,
the whip. He gets the kill, and the last one spotted towards the spawn spot, and they have a Viper's Pit.
No.
They're going to get the plant now. You have to move in for this plant. There's 8 seconds left. Snake bite onto the ground, and Vanity plants it on the outside. Scuba now moving in to the Viper's Pit. Coming up head-to-head against the other Viper. At least the information's there. He's decayed and low, and Mitch gets the kill. And somehow, C9 turns, what, a 3 versus 2 into their favor.
The Stinger opener. The one time a Stinger will work, really, is that close range and fast. He gets the situation. Frosty trailing. We all know what it's like to shoot at somebody not looking, but sometimes there are no excuses there. And Mitch will find the final frag. An unfortunate round for Knights, but C9 are smiling ear to ear to be able to bring that one up and reset the economy, just like you said, fans.
I thought it was definitely going to be C9 resetting with that econ, but to see that they win with a Stinger, a couple of lore buys with Spectre 2 against a full rifle round, tells a lot about C9's confidence on this map.
Yeah. It's not usually something we see from them, only once in the previous map, otherwise holding on full econ. Leaf here, going through halls. You see the camera movement placed into elbow this time. In Knights did not have the information of halls. They pay dearly.
Protect the body. Don't know if actually Leaf had a weapon with him. Everything was done through a Blade Storm. That was really nice. Spotted at least one player towards the mid doors, as the other 2 are unknown for Cloud9. Plant is now up for C9 as they're just trying to watch as many angles as possible. Not really worry about the flank until Ben is going to break the trap wire or go over it.
He's thinking about it. He wants the action to start before he does anything. Take their eyes off. Oh, okay. I like it. It's like, now you have to worry. Basically, just playing with the mines. Cloud9, they're already safe though. Oh, not Zeppa or Vanity. Nice shots there. I mean, super important economy damage here as the map's starting to turn a little bit. And good thing Ban goes down in the end. That's his objective as well. 4-2 here for Cloud9. Is this map is their pick? They're gonna feel comfortable on it. And we're gonna see what they can do now for a 7th round. Bit of a back and forth. Gangsta deciding where he's gonna go with his buy, and Ban's on the Blade Storm. So we come into a good position for them there to be able to save on the Jet.
Yeah.
I feel like Knights has a good pace here, Vans, with what they're doing. It's just Cloud9's really able to walk onto the sites and get a little too much room, and it makes it too difficult.
So the issue is, right now, at least in this situation, is we don't have enough money for an operator, which has been the bread and butter for the Knights.
Absolutely.
To get these early rounds, but C9's been doing a good job keeping that economy low. We see the Blade Storm for him to try to creep up towards his hallway side, as if continuing to be a menace as a main anchor for either side A or B. Off the null command. This now Ben pushing down towards the back of the A halls, catches Zeta off the rotation. And that's going to be it for Zeppa to fall as well. Everybody's just dropping. Leaf is on his own in a 4 versus 1. Fans are about to turn around the corner as he just gets spotted. That is Leaf with the camera. Going with the anime battle, Vandal versus the Knives again, but it seems to be the Knights pulling ahead. Not only the Knights, but the Knights.
I like it. Asking, you shall receive. A little bit more aggression, setting the pace. Knights having someone pushed all the way down that hallway. So round after round, C9 has seen there's a camera there. There's no camera there. Now there's someone pushing. That's a first. So Knights as well trying to add a little bit of variety to what Cloud9 is seeing as they divvy up each other from site to site here. We see how they set up once more. It looks like a bit of an elbow play coming in from Ban. See how Cloud9 react. We're back to weapons, but Vanity does have that Marshall.
Big camera just to look up towards Nest and try to get some elbow pressure in the beginning.
Great 0 point.
Yeah, capitalizes with a kill on top of that. So great job by Ziff.
He chucked that from A. You guys are wild. Wild.
One of those beautiful things that Zeppa also does, right? On their defense for C9, so really, really nicely done.
Get the Hail Mary 0 points. Just go across the map. Little drone work here as things slow down. Leaf, that entry is taken down. Vanity has a Marshall. Remember we talked about the multiple pronged attack where Mitch would be the operator here if they lose Leaf, the guy that dashes into the site. So they work much slower. Oh my word, Vanity walks out with his util open and he actually pays for it. Man, with the 4K, these ban rounds, fans are...
What an ace. What an ace by Ben. Okay,
flawless.
Never mind. Doesn't need an operator. He's ready to play any weapon right now. Ready to play the game from the first map to the second one. And single-handedly, at least with some assists on that first kill that he's gotten on that elbow side right here against Leaf, sorry. The rest was all done by Ben right here.
Lift Leaf off his feet is what he did.
Exactly.
Oh my word.
You got my tongue twister right.
Woo! And honestly, his confidence this series must be through the roof. And you really can't like pinpoint what that means for a player other than it's going to make him play that much stronger and faster. C9 going real fast this time as well. Oh boy.
Such a low buy too, and that's Zeta with the stinger with the opening frag. Dan's still going to work. We still have a line of defense in the back of the A site as Gangsta lines up a few. Make that even a hat trick. There's only one. Make that even 0 to go. A nice easier hold, but at least we get the plant there for C9 for the economy.
Last time we saw C9 do this, they put an op into Leaf's hands. I think they're one of the better teams at creating chaos to have a spike down round, right? Your objective is to do damage and is to take people down, but when you know you just need a bit of change in your pocket and you have to get a spike down for more, I think C9 is super good at executing those, and we see one there. Knights clean it up as we expect. Nice and easy frags to come through as Gangsta pulls a few in for himself. Not even in the assist one this time. He is in the kill column more so. So definitely coming online for him. Got to feel good. Knights put up 5-4 as C9 look to tie it up here on another gun round.
That's how I really like to see Cloud9 as well on End version 1 and the guard. Just how they're good in terms of utility to just be explosive and overtake sites. This is why you're also seeing a lot of plans from these two teams.
Little camera on the backside. Ooh, they're actually going to see this push again. Knights sticking with that role of, all right, let's add a little pressure. And, oh, man, from Ascent to Breeze, Ban still taking down Leaf for a first blood with that operator.
I'm really liking this from the Knights. I don't remember really watching Knights on Breeze, and they're just really confident of pushing this cave side. They haven't done it once with Scuba. They've done it this time with Ban. The cave control on the side is actually really nice off the wall, and look at these kills that gives them the opportunity to get. Now Cloud9 are behind by 4 players.
Wow. These are falling fast in favor of Knights now. I mean, the Ban round was flawless. He was able to come up quick. This next round comes up big, and C9 continued to go on the reset roller coaster of not being able to buy now. And that's exactly the ride Knights wanted to put them on. Here, Mitch works, falls again. But you see, as the strat varies with members going down, Mitch isn't as effective if Zeppa goes down there. And the way that Knights is able to kind of pick these apart, they're really relieving a lot of pressure on themselves and the angles they're holding. Working out.
They're just reading everything so well.
Exactly.
They have a camera up on middle tunnel. They have a trap wire just inside that site. We have the op this time rotating towards the B side. Expected on a half wide. It's going to be another pop here for Cloud9, trying to create the pressure. And Gangsta gets the first kill. And because they also know that this hit from the half wide usually comes off the null command, so everybody's getting dropped here for Cloud9. A few more remaining alive, trying to get a res at least. Works out for that one, but they've lost Zeta in the process. So it's another 2-player advantage for the Knights.
Uba
on his flank.
Whoop. He's like, I'm only here to mess with you, bye. Because he's the anchor, right? Yep. You don't need a hero play right there, and that's one of the big things that everybody on the team, especially deep into a second game of the series, needs to remember. Scuba plays this really well, plays his life, and gives the team time to recoup on a new strat here.
Even the 0 point from Ziff spots Zeppa, who's now stuck by that castle tower. Mitch looking to lurk back towards the B side just to at least hopefully get a plant, but it's being launched by Gangster from tunnel.
30 seconds.
As they're all spread out, we're looking for heroic plays. Zeppa flashing up towards that tunnel and trying to make some noise. It works out for that kill, but not enough here as we got 3 players inside that tunnels. And man, the Knights are looking really good on this defense.
Yeah, do they 8-4 this first half here?
High rate in the win percentage on the defense. We'll see if they could actually muster up this last round. Try to see if they could close off the series here against the Knights, who, again, looking so strong with Ben with an operator. So why not just bring in 2 into the fight?
I like the point you bring up about Mitch's Cypher too, because I think for Knight's side, they've done a good job at going around his traps, doing a mid push, doing a slow late push, right? Where the trap at that point was either destroyed when there was a lot of action or just jumped over or gotten around somehow. So I think they've kind of taken him almost out of the picture a little bit. And his regular strength of the game, Vanity. Oh, that dart just went to Narnia.
At least the Knights are connecting for Leaf. Zeta watching that flank, as didn't expect a 3rd player, even a 2nd player in 3rd to come in for that flank. So now those are the last 2 spotted. Everybody else rolled back on that rotate from the spawn side. Ziff, though, at least making it possible now for the Knights. Just around the corner is going to be Leaf. There you go. That's the 3rd kill into the round. Ben going to be on his lonesome. Blade Storm out. Misses. That clock is running down. The flank is coming from Mitch, and that's going to happen there for Cloud9 to get the last round into the half, as we're going to take a break and see how this match will continue after this. Second half. We're looking to see if they could stay alive into the series, if not already get knocked down into the lower brackets of the VCT North American playoffs. Welcome back. Venzel and Riv here to cover the second half between Cloud9 and the Knights. As Cloud9 at least were able to get that last round in the first half to have a little bit of breathing room on their stronger defender half.
Yeah, final timeout to right the ship before you get into the second half always feels good to know you had a little bit of the momentum there and you were able to stop Knights. Everybody's really online this game. We've seen it from Ban, Gangsta, Ziff. It's definitely showing that Knights are bringing a different level of play to the table here. Going to be Ban on the entry to start off. Here we go, Vans.
Ooh, right click doesn't work though, so Ban gets the opening kill onto Mitch. How fitting. Shock darts though, that could be huge just for a little bit of chip damage. Misses actually a bit. We're going with the right click classic, and somehow it works for the Knights. 2 more to go here for Vanity and Zeppa for Cloud9. Make that just Vanity at tunnel. Just got tapped before the wall came up. And this is not going to be easy at all. As the wall comes down from the attacker side on that toxic screen.
Oh my gosh.
Vanity makes himself known. And it's going
Family
to be
photo.
another pistol for the Knights, man. They've been doing so well in these pistol rounds against Cloud9.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 so far. Really, really able to bring it and get these first few rounds. It's the mid game where I think Cloud9 is figuring them out, and what we're seeing that round. Great push in. We were nicely treated to a little naked gun over the box, a little jumping and shooting as everybody misses each other.
I always bring out that joke, and I feel like only you and I know about it.
You probably do. That's our boomer status showing.
Yep.
And a great first round there as they try to get round 2 here. There's going to be a frenzy for Leaf as he wants to spice it up just a little bit. See if they try to push him out anywhere or just be the retaliation to a take. Spike's down here, so Knights is just fishing.
Yeah, they're fishing to see if there's going to be any type of like pop aggression in their defense, as we have pistols only for Cloud9. Nobody really making any effort to go for the trap play, so we're just swinging and spacing for Cloud9 back and forth. And yeah, we struggle for a bit, but at least we get the kill.
They're like ants at that range, just running back and forth. He finally finds it. Ziff actually pretty low here as Leaf took a bit of damage himself. There could be a few more frags here from Cloud9 to do damage to the economy of Knights, but the 0 points are really slowing things down. Even like the negative information that you're getting, the team's not there. You can easily start to realize what positions they are holding. 7 HP in a dream.
Spacing still very good. The jiggle piece also to bait out the shots from Leaf, and we bring it into a prime gaming flawless thanks to that 7 HP as we stay alive there for Ziff.
Just quick cleanups here. Just have methodical movement.
Player standing.
Boom, boom.
Flawless.
PKS takes another one for themselves. 9 to 5. Now we have C9 coming up on weapons. It's going to be an A hit. Okay, so we see that Zed is going to be playing in mid, which actually gives them a pretty easy chance to retaliate almost immediately. I feel like when your Sova's close, you can dart back, you retaliate. Right now, he's giving protection to Leaf to walk down mid, though. And C9 already in the info game, in the head of Knights.
Nice little counter, Knight, though, and a pop flash will allow Vanity to peek out. He lines up 2, but only gets 1 as the rest are trying to split into the A main side. At least the Viper has made it through for Scuba, but we still need Gangsta to make it in and try to get a plant down, but all that gets nullified as Cloud9 has a 1-player advantage, and all that fuel is gone from Scuba. So they have to wait for that to come back up so they could re-exit into the A site.
Patience. I mean, you see this rotation from Frosty where he's lurking. He didn't decide to take the site. They actually want A still, even though they're pushed in. Oh, what a shot on Orange.
That's huge at least, and they're never putting that wall up. They just wanted to fight. But that also allows Cloud9 Leaf to get 2 kills in the flank now coming in. The lurk from Frosty with this Guardian, trying to line up the second one by Orange. It's a little bit of love tap into the wall, at least of that can. Gangsta trying to rotate across on this fake plant. Doesn't work out. And that's it. Vanity and Mitch, on that 2v2 are able to at least get their gun round in their favor.
Really great idea from both squads. I think Frosty's positioning there made it tough for him to look in his camera immediately, having to break doors, distance himself. Then, as the spike took too long, it was easily identified by C9. It wasn't planted yet, and they get back together in that kind of tandem fighting mode as they can trade a frag together. So nicely done by C9 on that retake. We'll get a few frags to start off as they kind of messed with Knights and Halls, too. C9 did not like giving up space right off the bat.
We're talking about the counter, right? So whenever that 0 point comes out, another 0 point comes in just to fight back, and there's not any extra utility to fight into the A hull. So very well done adaptation on the fly as we're still playing a chess game for both of these teams. All of them now setting up for a strong A-side hit. Got a snake bite on the ground, the wall coming up, the updraft from Van. But it does not connect here onto Zeppa towards that backside. So a little bit, at least for the Knights, they were able to waste out the utility coming out from C9 at the A-side hold.
I think Mitch is over there having like mimosas and just chewing on finger foods. He hasn't
Not
moved.
for long.
He's just he's gonna have to put his food down soon. But he's just been in a camp, and Cloud9 won't move from this until there's a reason to. I mean, why not? Get the info, hold it, and then work off of that. Here, you'll see the team rotating, and Mitch's position gives C9 a bit of time.
Just so many players moving up there as Ziff does get that 2 kills and opens up that B site, and
Nice
that
take
allows
by
the
Knights.
Viper's Pit to come out for the attacker side to play the pulse plant. But Zeppa's still there. 0 point. I think just got shot off or something because I thought that he had it up, but it doesn't spot anybody. It doesn't suppress anyone as Leaf is coming in from the B main side. Only good for one as Vanity trades it back on the back lines. Now leaving only Zeppelin on 2 versus 1. Third time in this situation. 0 point is now up now, actually, as he goes for the fake tap. No time, pretty much. So patiently for the Knights. It's well done. It's going to be the round coming in for the attacker side.
So it's actually really easy to identify. Oh my, identify that because right, the spike is blue, not diffusing. If the spike is red, you need to take down the diffuser. So really able to play off of that instead of searching for somebody was nicely done. Knights find another one. Really doing great for themselves here as they're able to pick up rounds. And that one was, I think, one of the first we saw them kind of try and play the hand of Cloud9. It's like, come towards A. We haven't done much retake and site hits as a plan B strat. And that time, they run in and only find Mitch. As I'm saying, hey, look at anchors are great. They take the anchor down immediately, and they thwart the site. So nicely done. Here we got a fast strat, though, on the eco.
Are you kidding me?
My.
So a knife for 2, or sorry, a classic for 2 kills, and the hat forced out by Frosty to get the information on the last 4 players. That also brings out the 0 point, nullifying a little bit of the players on the defense for Cloud9. Then finally the Knights can come in to go for the plant, but Leaf has this Blade Storm. Close range onto Frosty. Still trying to close the gap, but nice shot onto Gangsta too. Now around that pillar, spot Scuba for the 3rd, dashing away, clearing out the site. Ziff is on his own. We're diffusing right now, the underhand throw, and Leaf gets the 4K for Cloud9 as they get the thrifty.
It's too bad these games don't go down to like overtime penalty kicks where we'd get like a Band versus Leaf one-on-one or something. Oh, both of these guys are giving us some Blade Storm shows throughout the series. It's been amazing to watch. They are dominating the game. Mitch here doing something he has no right doing with a classic. And Leaf really just tearing the run apart. I love this angle. Just knowing you can, that's such a different angle to hit, right? It's a deep one. Usually you have to commit to a lot, but he knows on the wall, finds it with protection from Archway, on the column. Just really simple stuff he was able to put into play instantly. And it looks so good from Leaf right now as he tries to bring the team back. Cloud9 3 rounds down on Knights.
Already a Viper's Pit early in a round snake bite as well, just to give a chance for the Viper's Pit to fan out. Very well done here from Vanity. As now on this eco for the Knights. We saw that fragment coming out on the ground as well, so a little bit of utility used just to make sure that we can't really dash into or even rush into the A site main hall, so or a main site. So everybody's going towards A halls, that is.
Oh man, it's a party.
There's only Zeta invited to this party so far. It'll be a hard hold.
He may not want to go. Oh, he stays.
All right.
Spike down, defender spawn.
Double fists on drinks for 2 kills onto the Knights. 3 players in the back, Flash going up on the top of the bridge, but we're still trying to get this advantage for the Knights to lurk towards the spawn side and maybe hit towards B. Zeta finally, the bouncer spotted him. You're not supposed to come to this party as Gangsta continues in for another kill onto Zeppa. It's a 3 versus 3. It's pretty much of a mixed buy going in because they had a Guardian and a Phantom and a couple of pistols.
Yeah.
It's working out at least so far for the Knights.
What a cheeky round here. I mean, they're power in numbers, right? If you death ball, you're eventually going to get the trade. And again, the possible trade. Leaf dashes out nicely. Good reaction time is Knights. Get the sight. And now we're into the post plan.
And it's not going to look good, at least for now. Scuba is also on low HP. Not very doable, especially when you're up against Leaf. So are we comfortable to say that C9 are starting to find a groove on the defense here, Riv?
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's taken a lot of Leaf. We've had a pretty extravagant showing that a few of these rounds to come back into C9's favor. But I would say, knowing that that's a thing, again, they go back to enabling Leaf. It's not as easy on this comp. It's more just off the drone and then a flash that he can do on the retakes. But yeah, it's a big picture on Leaf right now. 20, 13, and 2. And it's kind of almost a flip. Like, yeah, Zepp is fragging, but Knights is now the one having a team frag out. And Leaf's just saying, no, we're bringing this back in our favor. He has the operator. He's going to start putting it to work here straight through mid. He's going to find someone too. Vans, they're walking right into it.
Viper.
The walls up.
They're
so good now.
And Zeppa pushes down towards this shop. Hunter's Fury back. That's going to get the ping and the kill onto Gangsta. So an early 5-on-2. Finally, some pressure's coming out as Leaf is forced to dash away inside this B site. As a beautiful cam work from an observer to another observer, which is a Cypher cam from Mitch. Spots the enemies moving into the A-Nest side.
Our eyes in the sky. There's a trade. Scuba doing a great job. Again, the team being in a position, that tandem attack, where they can always get something out of it, but their numbers are so low right now on the side of Knights. Getting taken out around the map. They identified Leaf, and they wanted to push Leaf. They wanted to see if he would challenge. Or as soon as they got mid and took a bit of damage on him, they say, all right, we 3-squad him. He goes down. He wasn't having any of it. Leaf got all the way back to ladder and B immediately. And now Knights is in kind of a search and destroy mode, which without another member really just leaves them in a 2-man kind of jiggle angle team. You can't do too much. One more member on this with a lurk or an information grab really would have panned out nicely. But C9, again, not allowing any of that to happen.
This is good here because Zeta has to watch 2 angles at once. So he's not in a great spot, and they've lurked it through. There's only 13 seconds left. We have to clear this pyramid. If not, Zeta gets them both. Now Zeppa falls towards the door, and there you go. They both take him down. Zeppa and Zeta both fall, and we get a plant and a Viper's Pit out.
Dude, Ziff was like a boogeyman there. He was nowhere, and then he was there. Oh, the timing. You got to be kidding me. Now in the Viper's Pit, Vans, they get pressured in. Leaf low. He's going to get down even lower as soon as he gets in. He's down to 1 already as the Viper's Bite comes out.
With an orb on top of that, and they go on a 4 versus 2 disadvantage to a 2-0 advantage. What a play in terms of the lurk timing that you had here for the Knights. So patient. Look at that. There's 10 seconds remaining, Riv, and they get these kills before the plant. What a beautiful lurk.
Bring it back up. Knights breezed stats here. I'm just making sure I reload this right.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I remember correctly, it's like a 2-2 record where they won against Xset and Energy.
I pushed it back to this year too. Just did all to this year, and it's still they're 3-3, right? So it's not much. They find the 50-50. Man, if they could capitalize on this one, that would be a hell of a reason to push yourself over that percentage. Bringing Cloud9 to a 3rd map here is definitely a possibility for Knights. We're on the full gun round on both sides. You can see 0 points have not been used on both sides. Zeppa still stands. He might actually try to get a throw over towards elbow if anything right now and do the A2. Leaf, dry opener onto Frosty. IGL's down for Knights.
Been a while since we've seen the Leaf push down towards that mid side, and it took 20 rounds, and they weren't expecting it there for PK. But they are forcing in hand to push into the B site, and just like that, 4 have fallen down. Zeppa, on his lonesome, does have null command on a 2 versus 1. Now after that recon guard just got popped off, nice fragment onto the ground. Beautiful flash to get them both, but it's still going to be Gangsta with the kill, and putting Knight at that point to bring it potentially to a 3rd.
Gangsta is literally pulling all of his weight this game. So many good multiple frags, being a nuisance with his utility. A lot of credit, even though the assists aren't there this time. The kills are, but even more you can add on to that. The team is playing so well together, off each other, off the utility. And while Ban is still kind of the striker of the composition, you see how they can still work off each other. It's not a necessity that Ban carries these games. And that's huge to see, especially this late in the tournament, if you're a team that's trying to be international as well. It's going to be the hit towards B here. Cloud9, Mitch, ready with a judge.
Judge around the corner. But then Zip is still going to work. It's not only Ben. Zip has been so good on this map on both attack and defense. Dropping 2 players from Cloud9, and also the plan is also towards A site. We have 2 players now cutting a rotation for the attackers on the post plant, and then Zip again at the point. He still has 0 point on top of that. Fragment onto the ground. Aldron is spot Vanity towards the A site. Now at least Zeppa is making the dreams alive, the hopes alive for C9. Vanity trying to close in onto the Hunter's Fury and gets the kill, but that's it. The Knights get the win, and it's going to be a second round coming in on a 13-8 scoreline.